Hope everybody's day is going well. Monday, fun day. Chase, walk. Pays the bills, right? But I hope everybody's day is going good. Man, I just had a funny thought. You ever notice that with life, it's like, it's so easy to like dig a hole for yourself, right? And I don't even mean on some like being mad irresponsible and all like that. I just mean just in general, you may have a credit card or two. Hey, let me go ahead and I don't really need that new TV, but let me go ahead and grab that. I don't really gotta go over here and spend this money on this food when I can go in the house and cook. But I don't feel I'm being a little lazy. I don't really need to go to this hotel an hour away when I could just drive back home and not spend the money. But, we all want to live life. We all want to enjoy it. And don't it always seem like it's so easy to dig a hole for yourself? It just seems like life gives you a bulldozer, right? And just said, just go ahead. Just dig away. You'll be all right. You'll be able to fill it back. No problem. And you're using this bulldozer and just say this bulldozer is like your job, your finances. You got this big bulldozer, so you can use this bulldozer to dig the hole and to put stuff back in, right? To put the dirt back. Because just as easy as you're digging the hole with this bulldozer, it's just as easy as you can fill that hole back up, right? And that's life. You got this particular job. You're living a certain lifestyle at the moment and stuff like that. Your lifestyle can sustain you, can sustain your habits, right? But then life throws a curveball at you, right? The bulldozer stops working, i.e., you lose your job. You get a demotion. You're not making as much money as you used to. Or, it happens. You're starting to live above your means. May have gotten introduced to a spouse, whatever, or you wanted to show off a little side thing, whatever, You got a new car, you didn't expect certain expenses. You bought a new place, you didn't think stuff was going to happen. You grabbed a house, you didn't really get the whole concept of really paying for everything yourself. Ain't no more like management property gonna handle the grass. You got to pay for that. You got to do it, And that's life, I'm not even trying to like really say that, you were being mad irresponsible. You were just, you just life just so happened to have gotten the better of you in this particular moment. So your bulldozer gets busted. You've dug this huge hole, with your expenses. You ran your credit cards up, whatever, because in life you thought you had that bulldozer forever. You thought that bulldozer was just gonna stay there. So of course you ran your credit cards up. You dug that hole. You ran them credit cards up because you knew that job, that bulldozer was gonna be able to just, I'll be all right. This 2 checks, boom, pay that card right back off. Bet. But that bulldozer broke down now. So now here you are with nothing. Here you are with you got laid off. Your job's not paying as much because you got a demotion. You didn't realize that these expenses, that you had accumulated was gonna start tacking on interest, and the interest got ahead of you, and you didn't realize it, So now here you are trying to deal with filling this hole back up, putting the dirt back, getting back on stable ground, right? Here you are now. You don't have a choice in the matter. You don't have that bulldozer anymore, so what do? You gotta use your hands. You gotta start clumping the dirt, putting it back, piece by piece, slowly. When the hole took you, 30 minutes to dig, now this hole's gonna take you days, weeks, months to fill by hand, because you got to fill this whole hole back up. You got to get back right in life. You got to get back stable. See, we all got to understand, man. You know, there's choices that we make. Somebody just called and cut the video off. Ugh. I gotta do a part 2. Anyway. You gotta understand that there's choices in life that we make. You know, sometimes those choices aren't the smartest. And you know, sometimes those choices are completely out of our hands. There's nothing you could have done about it. You know, things happen. You didn't know you was going to get laid off. You didn't know that certain circumstances was going to happen to put you in a predicament that you're in. All you can do is handle it the best way that you can. You don't sit there and you don't just look at the hole and say, oh, there's nothing else I could do about it, so I guess whatever. No, you don't do that. You do what you can. And if you gotta use your hands to get that dirt back in that hole, to get back right, you gotta do it. And you gotta understand that things happen, and sometimes, yeah, you was at a certain level and you got knocked back a little bit, you know. You was in a certain place where you could have easily have fixed this issue quick, but things happen. So now you gotta deal with it. And you know what? There's absolutely no way that you are going to be able to fill that hole as quickly as you dug it without that bulldozer, without that certain job, that certain position, that certain type of money that you was making, or whatever the circumstance. You got to understand that when things like that happen, it's going to be a slow process to come back. It's going to seem tedious. It's going to make you want to give up, because who wants to fill a 50-foot deep hole back with their hands when they just had a bulldozer? Who wants to do? Nobody wants to do that. Nobody would want to do that. But you got to do it. And that's life. You got to deal with it. There's going to be days where you're just tired. Maybe you only going to get 100 scoops that day of dirt. Maybe another day you get 105. Maybe one day you literally only have the power to do 75, 50 scoops, whatever. The thing is, you did those scoops, and the thing is, you got to keep pushing. You got to keep going. Because the second you stop, that's not going to fill the hole. That's not going to fix the problem. And the last thing you want to do is deal with other elements that come along with it. So say you don't fix that credit issue. Say you don't fix that whatever issue. It's going to become a problem, because you know that interest is going to increase. It's going to mess up your credit score. Say you don't fix that, say you don't try to figure out what you're going to do about that mortgage. You're going to lose your investment. Say you don't figure out what you got to do about that car. I done seen too many people get boots on their car and come outside and their car gone. You got to handle the situation however way you can. The option that some people don't see, though, honestly, and sometimes this is the only option, sometimes it is. Sometimes you gotta walk away from that hole. I know that's not the answer that some people want to hear, but sometimes you gotta walk away from that hole. Sometimes there's nothing you can really do about a certain situation. Now, I'm not saying to walk away from your mortgage and all that type of stuff, just give up. What I'm saying is, if you're doing all that you can, I know anybody that's watching this video has at least have heard a horror story, or at least knows one person that tried their best, did what they could, got extensions, got whatever they could to help them fix whatever issue, try to work 3-4 jobs, you got to sleep sometimes, try to fix this part of the relationship, try to handle this thing with their kid, with their family, with their this, their that, and it just seems like it's not going to get fixed. That hole is not going to get filled. Sometimes you got to walk away from that hole. You don't have the means to fix it. And sometimes God puts you in a predicament where he takes that means from you because you got to walk away from it. And the hole is an analogy for all sorts of problems. So don't just pick and choose with all sorts of problems. Sometimes that issue that this hole represents, you have to walk away from. There's nothing you can do about it. That's why that bulldozer was taken from you. Now, there's other situations where, no, you don't walk away from it. You got to fix it. And you have the means to fix it. It's just a matter of having the mentality to stay with it. Because honestly and truly, sometimes, man, that means to fix something is going to take forever, or at least feel like it is. But you got to do it. And sometimes, sometimes you do get a little bone thrown your way. Sometimes you do get a little help. Sometimes, you'll pick up that second job. Sometimes you'll get a 50-cent raise or whatever like that. Sometimes you'll be in a predicament where, you'll be given a side gig or, just something. And that is a representative, that represents the shovel. Is that shovel a bulldozer? No. But is it better than using your hands? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be a little quicker, tiny bit. It's going to be that much quicker? Not at all. And you still got to have the patience, and you still got to have the faith to keep it moving, And that's life, you know what I'm saying? We dig holes for ourselves, and depending on the situation, what that hole represents, we can either fix it, fill it, or you got to walk away from it. Because sometimes God does take that bulldozer from you, and that's just a clear sign to just walk away. And there's nothing wrong with that. Me personally, I say you got to talk to God, and you got to really feel it within you to figure out what that situation is and what it is that you need to walk away from and what it is that you got to just leave alone, Because some people will take this and run with it and be like, well, Bree said, the hole too big, so let me walk away from it. You got to know what type of situation it is, and if you've tried your best to fix that situation, if you, honest to God, exhausted all your resources and done all you could to fill that hole, then yes, sometimes you do have to walk away from it. And then, that hole may be a relationship, the hole may be a friendship, that hole may be a career, that hole may be whatever, and you got to walk away and start over somewhere else, But, just talking to people, man, and just everybody's going through stuff, and man, we all deal with this. We all deal with life every day, man, and just deal with the issues that come with it, and trying to stay on top of our stuff, while at the same time, if you're a loving type of person and you're a person that actually care about people, while also dealing with other people's stuff and listening to them and, trying to help people stay afloat. Some people, do need more emotional support than others. I don't condone being anybody's crutch, but, we all are in a place where, we try to help those that we love and care about, man, help them the best way we can. And it doesn't necessarily have to be monetarily, man, it could just be emotional. But you gotta know when to stick with something. Have perseverance to stick with it when you lose certain resources. And you gotta know when to walk away from something, So, dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole. I think Ed said that back that day. Oh, man. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good rest of the day. If I don't do another video this week, dude, I'm more than likely I won't. But, have a good rest of the week. It's the end of July, essentially. So, let's get ready for August and keep it moving. That's it. Peace, blessings, and all that good stuff. Ooh, I may ride out later. Later.